A male loneliness epidemic, or are women deciding to withdraw from dating and save themselves the heartbreak?
There is no male loneliness epidemic. Y'all just don't know how to talk to women and then are confused on why you don't have a girlfriend.
I'm the first person to say that if we want to make men men again, we need to stop calling any guy who...
Modern women love pushing this narrative because it makes them think they have a one-up on men. The thing is, they want men to be lonely. They want it to be a reality, when really, men are just happy single.
I really hate seeing men enjoy things that are really just for the girls. Like, it's the middle of the day on a Monday. I'm at the pool tanning, and a man just walks up here. I'm like, it's the middle of the day on a fucking Monday. Why are you not working? Like, go to fucking work. Why are you tanning in the middle of the day on a Monday? Like, make men work again. Yuck. The fuck?
One thing I don't get about the male loneliness epidemic is, like, are they saying they're lonely because women won't have sex with them and touch them or pay attention to them? And women are saying, leave us alone. We don't want to have sex with you. We don't want to cook for you. And men are then feeling still entitled to sex from women. Is that what the male loneliness epidemic is? It's literally women saying, we want to be alone from you and you won't respect it. And now you want to complain? I think it's the women loneliness desire. The women be away from you wanting our body, please. No, not please. Like, fuck off. Fuck off and be lonely. What the fuck?
No, this is completely wrong. There isn't a large number of men out there complaining that women won't sleep with them or cook for them as a result of the male loneliness. If anything, modern women have come up with that. And again, if anything, many men today are trying to avoid dealing with women. The situation is actually about men choosing peace over drama. Many men have looked at the current dating world and decided that the stress and high expectations just aren't worth it anymore. Instead of being upset about not having a partner, they are focusing on their own lives, their money, and their hobbies. They aren't looking for someone to take care of them. They are looking to avoid the headaches that come with modern relationships. So, the idea that men are lonely simply because they lack a maid or easy access to intimacy is a complete misunderstanding of the current shift. In reality, many men are choosing to avoid the modern dating market because they find that the emotional and social costs have become far too high.
And truth be told, nothing turns me off more than a man wanting a woman to take care of them financially. Men are meant to provide and protect. And if that triggers you, then you're not in a place to provide or protect. So you need to work on, make men men again. And I think it's just like an American thing, because other cultures would gasp at what us American girls are putting up with, what us citizens of the United States are dealing with. What are you looking at? There's a man looking at me. I said what I said. Yeah.
Like it's assault when an ugly person hits on me. I am just so bothered by when an ugly guy thinks that he can get with me. Because in what delusional world would you think that me would ever be interested?
The reality is these men that these women call ugly are really on their level. What these women don't understand is that if they were as beautiful as they think they are, they would have gotten scooped up. A lot of the men that they want would want them, but that's not what happens. She says she's bothered when an ugly guy approaches her, yet she fails to realize that the men she considers out of her league are likely making the same harsh assessment about her. There is a massive disconnect between self-perception and reality, where many modern women have developed an inflated sense of their own market value while simultaneously devaluing the men who are actually their peers. If a woman were truly as exceptional as she claims, The high-status men she desires would be pursuing her for long-term commitment, but instead, she often finds herself overlooked or only pursued for something temporary. When a woman is offended by an approach from a man she deems ugly, she's ignoring the fact that his confidence to approach usually stems from a realistic sense of social parity.
All women do is use men for their money.
Yeah, some.
Really?
Yeah,
You
some.
think that a woman who spends $150 on her nails, $250 on the hair salon, hundreds on clothes and gym memberships, pays for her own car, her own rent, her own degree, her own Pilates
Yeah, you're
classes,
supposed to, bare
is
minimum.
strategically plotting around your $75 dinner?
Yeah, because after she buys all those other things, she doesn't have any money left. So he does have to pay for dinner because then she can't afford to eat otherwise.
Do men know that girls are always purposefully late on a first date?
No, they're not. The women with manners and consideration for other people's time are on time, because if a person is late for a date, then that's a good indication that they don't value the other person's time.
But if the date's at 8:30, I'm not going to show up at exactly 8:30 and be waiting there for you.
But why? That really doesn't make any sense, especially considering the following.
And if you're a guy, you should be showing up 5 minutes early.
So the guy is supposed to show up early, but the woman is supposed to be somewhat late? Oh my goodness, if it wasn't for double standards, some women would have no standards at all.
What do you guys think? Do you agree with this timing and when you should arrive at a date?
Frankly, no. And any person that would purposefully show up late to an event such as a date is already showing some signs very indicative of the fact that they probably don't have a lot of consideration for that person or the other person's time. And I know it might be old-fashioned to say this, but I really think that basic manners should really start to make a comeback.
It's just another rule for thee, but not for me kind of thing. This woman is justifying that women can be late to dinner dates with a guy, but the guy can't, and he also should show up 5 minutes early, even though she's gonna be late. This double standard is a perfect example of the entitlement that is driving men away from the dating scene. It's a power play disguised as a dating rule, where his time is treated as a disposable resource while hers is treated as an invaluable prize. By demanding that a man be early while she reserves the right to be late, she is essentially saying that his role is to wait, to serve, and to be tested before the date even begins. This lack of basic respect for a man's schedule shows that she doesn't view him as a partner or an equal, but as an applicant who should be grateful for the chance to sit across from her. It creates a performative dating culture where the man has to follow a strict script of perfection, while the woman is allowed to be inconsistent and inconsiderate.
Why are we normalizing male loneliness epidemic? Why are women not dating men anymore? What the fuck is this? The thing is that women are not dating you not because they're vindictive or for some shallow reasons, but women are not dating you because now they're not wondering how much money do you make or how well would you provide for them, because they can do it themselves. So if I make money myself, if I pay for rent myself, if I pay for groceries, I cook, I clean, I do everything myself, I have a full life without you, I'm not questioning that anymore. That's not on my top priority list. My priority would be, as any woman right now is thinking, what are you like? What are your values? Is your personality interesting? Is there something to talk about with you? Are you educated? Are you willing to educate yourself if you're not? Are you a funny person? Are your values the same? Are you on the same level when it comes to, I don't know, empathy, emotional intelligence, and things like that? And women are looking at that rather than looking at your money. And that's why they're not dating you anymore. It's not because of them, it's because of you. If someone's not dating you, then probably you should work on yourself.
Why is the male loneliness epidemic my issue? Why are men in comments going, well, men's mental health is suffering because we're alone? Why is that my issue that you're lonely, that you're so insufferable to be around, and your political views are so damaging to those around you, that you have a loneliness epidemic? Why is that my issue? What does that have to do with women? Feminism and women's call to action is about what men and patriarchy do to us. Your loneliness epidemic is a result of individual choices and, you guessed it, patriarchy. So what does that have to do with me? Talk to your bros. Tell them you love them. Or is that too femme for you? Is that too girly for you? Go and do a hobby that doesn't involve pummeling each other. Or is that too feminine for you? Write your friends letters telling them how much you love them. Or is that too feminine for you? What? What does it have to do with me? Sort it out. Ugh.
This woman woke up today and decided to make things up. There isn't a large number of men in her comments saying men's mental health is suffering because they're lonely. The thing is, these women have to keep pushing this false narrative of the male loneliness because it brings them some kind of fulfillment, as it allows them to feel like they are still the central focus of men's lives. By framing men as desperate or broken without them, these women can maintain the illusion that they hold all the power and that men are struggling to survive in their absence. In reality, the loneliness they describe is often just men choosing to be alone because they have realized that the peace of solitude is far superior to the high-maintenance demands of a modern relationship. These influencers and commenters lean into this narrative because if they admitted men were actually doing fine or even thriving on their own, it would mean acknowledging that their own social leverage has decreased.
This is a hot take, but we are going to be extinct as a species, the women, because every single girl that I've spoken to in the last few months, like gorgeous, amazing, model-esque girls, are having the same issue that the guys that they're talking to, the guys that they're seeing, the guys that they're not even going on dates with because they don't even get to that point, are all struggling with the exact same issue. So if you're going through this, like, I don't want you to think it's you. I go to a ton of events where I meet like the most gorgeous girls and I'm like, are you single? And they say, yeah. I say, you're single? Like, yeah, I can't find a guy. I'm like, how can you not find a guy? Which makes me feel better, but it also makes me feel worse. The fact that like the most beautiful, successful girls in the world are unable to find like normal, sturdy men. They'll either have a date planned with a guy the day of he ghosts them. They'll go on a few dates, like get love bombed like crazy. This guy seems perfect on paper, has his life together, has a job, works out, and he's not ready to commit, but he's like 37. It's like an ongoing theme that's coming up time and time again in my life with every girl that I meet is going through the exact same thing. And I saw Tinks posted about it and she said, we're going through a paradigm shift. I don't know what paradigm means, but I felt that shift. And I fear like we're going to go extinct as a population because the good men are dying out. And all the ones that are actually good are like, you know, being normal and getting into relationships and like being good. Say, if this is happening to you, I don't want you to take it as like a personal attack on you because I can get like that where I get in my feelings. I'm like, it's never going to be me. I'll never find someone normal. None of us will. So yeah, there's no hope for us all. And I pray that the men get well soon.
Men cannot accept that women are single by choice because most men are not single by choice. And I'm sure I'll have many men in the comments being like, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. Again, my dishwasher's going off. Ignore it. Most women are single by choice because getting a man is the absolute easiest thing to get. Men don't want to believe that. But guess what? Y'all are easy. On the other side of the coin, women are mostly difficult to get, okay? And especially now in 2025, women have standards that most men do not ever plan on reaching. And if they do, it is usually a temporary fix until the mask falls. There are good men. There are some good men still out there, and God bless you, okay? But most men, again, most men are not single by choice. They are not chosen by women because they're pieces. And I'm not saying that because I hate men. I love men. I think that there actually are some really good men out there. I know some very good men, okay? Women choose to be single. Men cannot accept that, and they immediately fly off the handle into like, something's wrong with you, start calling you names. Again, I've mentioned this in other videos, but you're going to die alone with cats. And they make it like our life without a man in it is just so horrible. Let me tell you something. I've never been at more at peace in my life. Maybe you can relate. I don't know.
Her logic is that men cannot be single by choice because men are easy to get, and women are harder to get because they now have standards. This fundamentally ignores the fact that being easy to get for a temporary encounter is not the same as being easy to get for a committed, long-term relationship. What she fails to realize is that while a man might be willing to engage on a casual level, he is becoming extremely selective about who he actually grants his time, his protection, and his resources to. The standards she talks about are often just a list of demands, while men's standards have shifted toward a demand for peace, loyalty, and mutual respect, things they are finding increasingly rare. By claiming men can't be single by choice, she is trying to maintain the idea that women are the sole gatekeepers of all relationships. She wants to believe that if a man is single, it's because he failed a woman's test, not because he looked at the test and decided he didn't want the prize.
Saw the TikTok video of that girl being interviewed in Miami who said she's like funded by her parents, but she wants a man who makes like 150 million a year. The interviewer was like, what about a guy who makes 50 million? And she's like, no, not enough. Dude, honestly, so real, because there are literally guys out there with stupid wealth, guys, and you're out here settling for the guy who makes 100K a year. 100K is now below the poverty level, guys. And if you're getting offended by this, just find you a girl who's okay with that. Girls who have high expectations and high standards are gonna get what they want if they don't settle.
Again, those list of qualities would be very good to put out right now. Oh, I just wonder why she's single. Now, women will take this, right, and then stay single in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, all the while, racking up quite a body count. And then just continues to wait for, some man that makes $50 million to come show up at her doorstep. The time that she spent racking up her body count, and he spent his time, building himself up to the point where he could make that. Somehow that's supposed to work together? Right. If you want to be a lonely cat lady that just sits at home and makes TikToks complaining about men, then, well, there's your advice.
I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but there is an epidemic of lonely men in the US, and it's due to their financial situation. In the past few days, I've spoken to multiple men saying they have not been dating for years and they have their eyes on a certain dream woman, but because they can barely take care of themselves, they can't even date and they struggle in this area. And so they live alone, struggling with money, struggling to get by, craving this connection, craving to find a good woman, but because they barely make any money, they feel like less of a man and they don't have the confidence to pursue the woman of their dreams.
Are there lonely people? Sure. But an epidemic? No, you got that wrong. I don't know what you're observing, lady, but it seems that there's a lot more men that are doing much better financially when they stay single. I mean, the reason why is, well, women are crazy expensive. I mean, to start, they're expecting all these luxury outings, these expensive dinners. And then it turns into, well, they expect men to pay for all their fake nails and their hair and rent and all these things. And what do they get in return for that? Well, they get nagging, entitlement, high body count, baggage, sometimes their debt. So the trade-off just isn't worth it. It's just not worth the price tag for most men.
Imagine having to have top dollars to be with a promiscuous woman. How insane is that? That a man has to work hard, become rich, and build a legacy just to meet the delusional standards of modern women who often bring nothing but a high body count and a list of demands to the table. It is a complete inversion of logic where a man is expected to be in the top 1% of earners and providers, while the woman he is expected to provide for has already given away for free to everyone else what she's now trying to charge him a premium for. Men are being asked...
Fellas, as you see in the video, women are jealous, happy that we are happy single. You see how women act when you're in a relationship with them, and then you happy playing the game, have fun with your friends. They always call, always trying to interrupt, always trying to, involve themselves in what you got going on, because they cannot stand when a man is happy. If the happiness don't evolve around them, they don't want you to be happy, fellas and ladies and fellas. So what I'm saying is, be the best version of yourself. Get yourself together. Do what you like to do, and don't even worry about what a woman think. Not even your girlfriend. Involve her in your plans. When you having fun, involve her in your activities. Don't go outside of yourself trying to make her happy. Your happiness is her happiness. If she ain't happy with you being happy, then kick her to the curb. It's the modern man experience. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe. We out. Peace.